to go? Who's going to feed them? Who's going to clothe them? Who's going to house them? Where do they stay? Where do they go? No country is opening up their borders, but they have to go somewhere, and they become our responsibility where we need to help them. And what happens when you become a refugee? A story comes to mind. We were in Lebanon a couple of years ago in 2021. This was just after the COVID lockdown, the restrictions that were just being lifted. Mikhail, myself, we travelled back to Lebanon with a group of volunteers. We went to a refugee camp in Lebanon, Syrians and Palestinians living there. And Mikhail, he entered into a tent. We do family visits. We try and learn from the families, hear their stories, hear their struggles, and learn from them, find out what are your needs, what do you need. The volunteers, after doing a food distribution, had just played with some kids, so they're walking in, smiling, laughing, joking, they're happy. They walk into this home, and the mother is standing there, very angry. Already straight away, the father is immediately calming her down. They've sat down, and the woman started to speak straight away, no smile on her face, no welcome to my home, no what do you need. She said, you've come now, why have you come now? I needed you 3 weeks ago, I needed you 4 weeks ago. She said, my daughter was ill. She was about 6-7 years old. She had a hole in her heart and she needed an operation. So she said, my daughter physically, at some points could not physically move anymore. But I had to take her to the hospital, the local nearby hospital, to try and seek a doctor out there, a hospital, someone that could treat my daughter. She travelled to this hospital, she got referred. She went there, imagine the humiliation. She went there, sat in front of the doctor. She told him the condition. She says, look, I'm a refugee, this is my status, I have no money. Without answering any of her questions, he gets on the phone to the person that referred her, and he said to her in a language that she understands, how dare you send this woman to me? I've told you so many times, don't send these beggars to me. I can't do nothing. How many times do I have to explain to you, why is she here? We can't do nothing for her. So she has to leave. She has no $1 in her pocket to catch a bus. She has to walk from the hospital to the camp when her daughter physically couldn't move anymore. And she said 3 weeks ago she passed away. 3 weeks ago she died. She said charities were coming. They were looking at her medical reports. They said, we'll get back to you. And she said 3 weeks ago we buried her, she passed away. And what was the cost of her operation? What was the cost of this young 7-year-old's life? It was £350.